From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10, live from Channels Television.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, celebrations and Thanksgiving across the globe as 2014 begins with hope for a brighter future. President Goodluck Jonathan promises Nigerians steady power before mid-year. Also raises hope on more jobs for the youth as well as improved security. Politicians reflect on 2014, strategize on gaining more dominance. And North Korean leader remains resolute, insists he will eliminate factionalist filth in the country. And on business news tonight, economic experts give growth forecasts for Nigerian economy as the new year begins.
And on sports news tonight, Arsenal start 2014 on a winning note to remain top of the English Premier League.
Well, we're finally here in 2014, and once again, it is time to reflect on actions of the past, then make new resolutions. All across the world, thousands watch spectacular displays of pyrotechnics accompanied by parties and emotional moments. Here in Nigeria, the cross into 2014 was characterized by prayers, celebrations, and thanksgiving for having made it. Many have taken the time to reflect on challenges of the past and advice on how to live in the new year. Ushering in year 2014 from the crossover services wasn't the end of the New Year celebrations in Nigeria. Most Nigerians again thronged to their various denominations for special Thanksgiving services. Our correspondent, Loretta Chiogo, chronicles events that ushered in the new year and the first day of worship for Christians across the country.
Old and young in Abuja, heading to their various places of worship some hours to the end of 2013. This is not without some security checks. Gospel songs ran the air in preparation for the hour, and when it finally came, everyone went into frenzy. For the clergymen, ushering in the new year goes beyond the usual cliche of Happy New Year. A message must be passed.
If we continue to sermonize and then preach like angels and live like demons, we will never get anywhere. We'll be deceiving ourselves. I want to advise Nigerians that we should continue to live a life of heart of thanksgiving to God, because it is the heart that is full of thanksgiving that receives God's favor.
As the latest countdown, the prelude to the 2014 is spiced with fun by entertainment acts as eyes occasionally move to the time board. Processions and special church services are captured in the morning after the crossover. This is to mark the beginning of the new year. From Lagos, to Kano and other parts of Nigeria, the message from the clergymen is the same. Nigerian leaders must strive to impact the lives of the ordinary citizen.
When from grassroots, people are living a life of integrity, from there it can go up to touch every part of this nation. And that will bring reformation and even change in our nation, Nigeria.
we are seeing the last vestiges of this, of the anomalies and the difficulties that Nigerians have experienced, particularly politically. The politics of perfidy and mendacity will give way to the politics of fidelity and veracity. We are going to see men emerge, women emerge, that don't even have a political history, but are going to become so influential in the days ahead that Nigeria will have hope. And some of the protagonists that you are seeing right now will become irrelevant in time.
And as 2014 begins its journey, Nigerians will be hoping to feel a breath of fresh air in all sectors of the economy, especially in the privatized power sector. Loretta Chiogo, Channels Television News.
The President, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, and his team were at the Catholic Pro-Cathedral Church in the Federal Capital Territory for the New Year's Day service. Addressing the congregation, the President promised that by the middle of 2014, Nigerians will begin to experience steady power supply resulting from efforts by his administration. He also said despite the security challenges, he will work harder to ensure a vibrant economy, more jobs, good governance, and food for every Nigerian. Our State House correspondent, Chukwuma Onwekusi, reports.
John Cardinal Onaiko, who presided, reflected on the significance of time, called for prayers for forgiveness of sins in the past year and grace to march forward in the new year.
In this message,
he also brought the Pope's message on the need for peace and fraternity in 2014 in Nigeria and the world stage.
even in our country, Nigeria, do we see each other as brothers and sisters? Don't we continue to see each other as Igbo Yoruba? And by that meaning, I am not like the other person.
Archbishop John Kasuja, the nuncio, came with a solidarity message buttressing the Pope's message as it concerns Nigerians, while the Senate President David Mark says with prayers, Nigeria will overcome security challenges with the cooperation of the legislature.
It is not the fact that we have security challenges that is the issue. It is what we are doing to bring this to an early and logical conclusion.
Nigeria's president says it is unique that he and the Senate President are seated together at the beginning of the year. He says the year is important because it is the centenary year.
Today, Nigeria, the modern Nigeria, is 100 years old. The formal ceremonies will take place late February. The program will soon be properly advertised for all Nigerians to see, to know the areas they will participate.
He spoke on security challenges, the economy, good governance, the potentials in Nigeria, and pleaded with politicians to have the country at heart at all times.
Yes, we must play the politics, but let us take the interests of the country more than our individual interests. And as we continue to play the politics in that direction, leaders will come and go, but the country will stay.
Listen to what the president says will happen in the power sector.
Since we have been able to do the first phase of privatization and generation and distribution has been handed over to the private sector, we believe that even before the middle of this year, power will be reasonably stable, and that will stimulate the economy.
The church offered prayers that God gives leaders here and everywhere the courage to do only those things that will sustain the hope of the ordinary man in 2014. Chukwuma Onwekusi, Channels Television News.
Well, a lot more people made it to various worship centers across the state to herald the new year. Both regular and occasional worshippers attended the various services to signify their joy at making it to the end of the year as they looked forward to a favorable 2014.
As early as 8 p.m., most churches across Lagos metropolis had started gathering for the 31st New Year Eve service. through prayers, worship, and songs. The air was rent with voices of many who gathered to thank God they made it. Denomination and faith persuasions didn't matter this time. Practically, you could feel the unity of purpose across various churches. While thanking God for a successful year end, it will be rewarding also to hear what it takes to navigate through the new year.
The purpose, the counsel of God is going to prevail. It doesn't matter who is predicting doom and people expecting things to fall apart. There is no cause for alarm. There is no need to be afraid. God specifically said over and over, more than 365 times in the Bible, be not afraid. If you belong to me, I am with you. I am in charge. Even when the sea roar and the mountain is removed and thrown into the sea and it seems everything is in a chaotic state, God is still in control.
We need God because God knows the end from the beginning and only Him can lead us.
Then comes that traditional moment which matters the most.
Our trust is in the Lord that there will be a turnaround. He will touch the hearts of the people. And those who have taken to violence, our prayer is that they will down their tools.
The key words are thanksgiving and obedience. Obedience to the will of God, to the truth, uprightness, holiness, and righteousness.
And for those who may be apprehensive of events in Nigeria in the new year,
as far as the politics of Nigeria is concerned, I believe that by the end of February, a lot of this would have calmed down. We will still have a little insurgency here and there, one or two militants doing a few things, but I believe it will calm down, and I believe that the politicians will resolve their issues amongst themselves, and that in the interest of Nigeria, some of the architects of the Nigeria of today will apply pressure to the system to ensure that there is stability and that there is a government in place.
If outcomes must meet expectations in 2014, then applying these navigational instructions as proposed by faith-based community leaders should come handy. Welcome to the new year. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
In part 2, after the break, Londoners usher in the new year with shows and multi-sensory firework bubbles. That's in a moment. Do stay with us.